Hey, you guys! I am back with another video, and today's topic, we're going to be talking all about the 10 key essentials that you need to start your business. You all know the things that are going on in this world, and it's really things that we can't control, the coronavirus, all of that type of stuff. But here's what I've learned in this season. Listen, you can't focus on the things that you cannot control. So listen, I hope that all of you are staying safe, staying blessed, and remember, every day that God blesses you to wake up is another day for you to do something different with your life. So, for those of you that don't know me, I am LaTersa, and this is my channel, Living Your Best Life. And on this channel, we talk all about motivation, how to be your best and highest self, how to value and believe that you are worthy, that you are enough. We also talk about entrepreneurship. We talk all about ways that you can make money from home, whether that's via your business, side hustle, whether that's you actually doing customer service types of jobs from home. This channel is all about that. And we always talk about self-care because it's really important for you to take better care of yourself. We talk about personal hygiene. Y'all know I love talking about that, sharing my tips and tricks on that. So if that is something that interests you, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you won't miss another episode. So listen. Let's jump right into it because I know you guys are ready. I hope you have your pen and paper ready. You can grab a glass of wine right now. I'm just still trying to finish up my smoothie this morning, but I wanted to pop one because I think that it is very important for you guys to have multiple ways to make extra money. And with this day and age, it's not okay to have just one stream. And so I know this time you've been thinking a lot, and some of you are kind of laid off right now due to the virus, all of that kind of stuff. But hopefully today's video is going to shed some light on things that you can begin to do, especially if you're thinking about starting your business. So these are my top 10 things that you need. And again, you can download this free download because I actually have a free guide for you to help you kind of get your creative juices flowing. So make sure if you have not already picked up your 10 business key essentials that you need when starting your business. So the first thing you want to understand when starting a business, everybody think that starting a business is easy, and it can be easy, but you got to have some things in place. And the first thing you want to do before you start dishing out money, before you start doing anything, is what is your why? And if you see me looking over this way, it's because I'm looking at my guide. Actually, you guys can see it. This is the guide that you can pick up. I'm going to leave the link below in the description box. But I'm trying to get this thing to not be so what. Okay, there we go. So the first thing you want to do is, what is your why? What is the reason why you want to start a business? This is going to really help you narrow down the things that you need to get done, because your why is what's going to sustain you and keep you pushing even on those days when you're not making money, when your things are not going the way you want them to in your business. This is going to help you keep pushing and not give up. And then, what is it? I know for me, my why is I want to be self-sufficient. I wanted to be able to provide for me and my kids, and I want to build a legacy, something that my kids can carry on once I'm going on to glory. I want this business to be something that my kids are proud to say, my mom stood for something. My mom believed in helping people. She believed in spreading the positive messages all across the world. And I want them to be proud to carry on. So what is your why? Why do you necessarily want to start a business? And it can't just be you want to make money, because that's one of them. That's the reason why you want to be in business, because you want to make some extra money. But that can't be your sole reason, because if it is, the minute you don't make money and don't start doing things the way you want them to go, you're going to quit and you're going to give up. Trust me, I know, I've been there. When I first started my business, you guys, I'm telling you guys, I was so hungry and so excited about my business. I wasn't making any money. But you know the reason why I didn't give up? Because one, I loved what I was doing. And two, I knew if I stuck with it long enough that it was going to eventually succeed. In my first business, the LaTersa diaper cakes, it became a six-figure business once I started to get lined up with the right coach and start getting mentored. And that's another key. You want to be able to be around people like-minded, people that are hungry, people that want more out of life. Because if you're staying around people with that don't want anything out of life, they don't see themselves doing anything other than what they're doing, they're going to pour that negative energy off on you if you are not very careful. So that's number one, you guys. What is your why? And again, you can download this free guide so it can walk you through how to come up with what your why is. You know, something that you can write tangible. I don't know if you like me, but I love writing things down and I can see them. That's why I journal a lot, because I like to see my thoughts on paper. You know, they always say when you write it down, it becomes real. So this guide is going to help you walk you through that. So make sure you click on the link in the description. I'm going to have that in the description box for you, so that you can download it for yourself. So, and the next one, which is number 2, is your vision. What is your mission for your potential company? What do you stand for? See, in business, your company, you're really selling yourself because you are the brand. I tell people all the time, your vision is the things that you really stand for at your core. Like my beliefs, I stand firmly on Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. And that's how my business model is set up, that it's nothing too hard for me to do. When I do my part, I know that God's going to do his part. So your vision has to be, what is your mission that you want your company to stand for? When people say your name of your company, what is it that you want them to remember you by? And then the next thing is, what kind of business model will you choose? You know, will you have a online business, meaning you're doing a e-commerce site where you're selling something, or will you have a consulting business where you're talking to clients one-on-one? You know, how will you set your business model up? Will you just have like a digital online course business model? You got to sit down and get really crystal clear on your vision, because your vision is what's going to carry you forward. Your vision is what's going to see what your company is going to be 3 to 5 years from now. Your vision is really basically just telling people, here's what I stand for. Here's what I will not tolerate. Because in business, it's just like any other thing you're in. Even if it's a romantic relationship, you got to know what you stand for. Because as my mom used to tell me as a young girl, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. And I don't want that to be the case for you guys. I want you to start your business off on the right foot, knowing exactly who you are. And that's the thing. In business, if you don't know who you are at your core, if you don't know who you are, the business world can spit you up and throw you out. If you don't know who you are at your core, and you're looking for somebody else to validate you, even in the business world, you're looking for a groupie. You're looking to be in a group amongst people that you feel are better than you. You want to come in the gate knowing who you are. And here's the thing. Everybody is not going to like you. Everybody's not going to want to do business with you. But what I will say to you is, at the end of the day, whomever you are meant to serve, God will send those people your way. You don't have to come out the gate being phony. You don't have to come off the bat trying to be like somebody else, because I'm telling you, that is the quickest way for you to run your business in the ground, and your doors be closed before they even actually get open good. When you are coming in the gate, you need to know who you are and what you stand for, because if you allow yourself to get caught up in the shiny object syndrome, and you hear me say a lot about this, that shiny object syndrome will have your head spinning. You will begin to question yourself, your gifts, your talents. But hear me when I say, God didn't make no mess when he made you. He put gifts and talents on the inside of each and every one of us. But you know what? It's up to us to pull them out. It's up to us to do something with them. And so if you are not doing something with your gifts, you can't get mad at the next person that's going after their dreams, that's following their heart. So that's why I say it's so super important for you to start your business out on the right foundation. So that's why I'm gonna keep saying, make sure you download this free guide that I got for you guys. You can print it out, write on it, get crystal clear. I'd rather for you to print this thing out 2 to 3 times and keep writing until it comes clear to you than to set up and start your business and you don't know exactly what you are doing. And again, if you need further assistance with this, you guys, you can always schedule a clarity session with me, and I will leave the link below in the description box. You can always talk to me because I want to see you win. I want to see your business surpass mine. And I know that if you are doing something great, that makes me look good as a mentor, as a coach. So I want you to download this guide so that you can start your business on the right way. You see what I'm saying? And the next one is a support system. I cannot stress this enough. When you are in business, you got to be around like-minded people, because I'm telling you guys, if you are not around the right people, it is going to be detrimental to the success of your business. You can't keep hanging around small-minded people. You can't keep hanging around people that are always negative. They can't see themselves doing anything. When you talk about your big, bright ideas, and here's another thing, stop telling everybody what you're planning to do. Do it and let your results speak for themselves. You don't have to tell everybody what you're doing, what your next step is. Let your results speak for themselves. You get yourself in a group of people who are like-minded, who are hungry. As mompreneurs, entrepreneurs, you need to be able to brainstorm with other people. You can't do this by yourself, because hear me when I say entrepreneurship is not for the faint at heart. You are going to really have to dig your heels in, and sometimes it helps when you have somebody you can brainstorm with. That's why I love masterminds, and that's why I love, support system, because they already know what you're going through. They are experiencing the same things. And hear me when I say, your family and friends are not your support system. Let them love you and be who they are to you. Don't do what I did, because I'm telling you, I got in my feelings when my family didn't want to support me, when they didn't understand why I kept publishing all these books, when they didn't understand what I do with my diaper cakes business. It really got me down, because nobody understood that I didn't want to go the traditional way of making money. I like to be creative. And for me, I like working for myself, where I can let my creativity flow more so than I do working for somebody else. Mind you, now, sometimes I still have to work for somebody, to make sure everything is taken care of on home front. But what I'm saying to you is, in your business, you're going to need a support system, and you can't expect your family and friends to understand your big ideas, your big dreams. That's why sometimes you need to zip it. As my kids used to say when they were little, I used to tell them, zip it, lock it, and put it in the pocket. Sometimes you need to stop telling people everything that you're about to do. Just do it and shut up. You don't have to make no big announcement about what you're doing. You starting your business. Just let them see when the door is open. You got to stop telling people everything that you are about to do, because at the end of the day, sweetheart, you are going to run into some dream snatchers, some dream killers. You're going to learn really quickly in this business realm. You can't be telling everybody your big dreams, because everybody is not out to support you. Everybody is not out to really understand. See, here's the thing. God gave you something on the inside. He didn't tell everybody else. He gave you what you were supposed to do, and it's up to you to manifest it by doing the work, putting in the work, being creative, the woman or man that you are. You got to understand, God created you with a lot of gifts and talents inside of you, but it's up to you to stir them up, to make them come out. You got to be the one to do that. Nobody else can do that for you. So that's why I'm saying make sure you pick up this free guide, you guys. It's going to really help you, you guys. I'm also going to leave a link below. If you're really serious about start your business, the Savvy Moms University, it's now open, you guys. And there are, I think there are multiple payment plans for you, because I know, you know, what's going on in the world. But it's my desire to see you create that business so that you can have another stream of revenue, so you won't have to go through, you know, frustrated, you know, if you can't get to work in the brick and mortar. At least you know you have some other source of income coming in. So I'm going to leave the link below, you guys, for the Savvy Moms University program. It's self-paced, and you have access to me 24/7 email or within the private Facebook group. I want to make sure everything you need to start your business on the right foundation. I want to make sure you get started on the right foot. So make sure you click the link in the description for the Savvy Moms University. It's now open, you guys. Make sure you click for all the resources that I have within the description box below. So, so in the next one that we're going to talk about, this one is really crucial to your business success. Your ideal client. And I talk a lot about this because if you're starting your business and you don't really know who you're talking to, or you don't know what their pain points are, it's going to be very hard for you to really have success in your business. And I say your ideal client because hear me when I say everybody you can't serve. You're not for everybody. As I always say, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I'm okay with that. You got to have that same attitude, because you are not here to serve everybody. As much as I would want to help every woman in this world believe that they are enough, I'm just not for everybody. And just like you got to understand, you got to pick an audience and try to niche it down as small as possible. Who you're going to serve, who would you like to serve? And in this guide, I share with you, is your clients married? Do they have children? What kind of income they have? And inside of the Savvy Moms University, one of your bonuses is client attraction. I walk you through step by step how to find your ideal audience, how to choose your client avatar, because you need to know everything about this person. You need to know their income bracket. You need to know who, what's their biggest pain point right now. And once you find out what their biggest pain point is, honey, that's when you start to create. Don't be like me, creating everything, because I'm telling you, my creativity, it never sleeps. I can create a course within 30 minutes because if I have an idea and I know what the pain points are, I can create a solution just like that. And in client attraction, which is one of your bonuses when you sign up for the Savvy Moms University, you get the client attraction, and it's going to share with you my biggest secret, my biggest tip that helps me find out all the income brackets, what neighborhood they live in. I share all of this inside of the client attraction, which you can get that as a bonus when you sign up for this Savvy Moms University. The link will be below in the description box. And then when you're thinking about your ideal audience, you want to know right off the bat, you know, where they shop at, you know, where do they hang out? And here's the thing with social media, don't come off the bat trying to be on every social media, because I'm telling you, every year they come out with a new social media platform. Pick you 1 to 2 and dominate them 2. And then 2, you got to figure out where your ideal audience is hanging out. You need to know where they are really hanging out, because if you're on Instagram, but your ideal audience is on Facebook, you're wasting your time over there on Instagram. You see what I'm saying? So you want to get crystal clear on who it is you're solving, what pain points, what problem you're solving. You want to know what exactly is keeping them up at night. When you figure out that problem that's keeping them up and about to pull their hair out, you in business now. You on to something. And my little thing just will not work. And so number 5 is, and I always jump ahead of myself, you guys, what is the solution that you're solving? What is the problem? What is the solution that you have for this particular audience? The last tip we shared, what is your ideal client? So number 5, we're talking, the 5th essential we're talking about is, what is the number 1 problem that your potential audience is having, and how are you going to solve it? So when you find out what their problem is, how are you going to deliver the solution to them? And here's an example. And I keep looking back over here because I have the actual guide right in front of me. For example, if your client is women who are trying to release weight, maybe your solution could be like a 14-day detox plan. You can set that up maybe on, have a private Facebook group, and you have a sign-up form for them to sign up for the 14-day detox. And then you have maybe like, you give them like 15 healthy lunches or healthy snacks that they can eat during this detox. And then you have a Facebook private group to support them on this 14-day detox. You see where I'm going with it? So whatever your client problem is, you figure out how you're going to deliver a solution to them. And that's just an example, because you know weight loss is real popular, but that is just an example of how you're going to deliver a solution to your ideal client. And so another way that you can keep in mind with this weight loss thing, another way is you can provide them with healthy recipes in the form of an ebook. You know, you can solve problems in various ways, but you figure out what's the best way for you to do it in a time efficient manner. And an ebook is very simple and easy to create. And I tell you a lot about how to create your products inside of the Savvy Moms University. I walk you step by step on how you can get your first product finished before the course of the 6 weeks of the program. I think it's like the 5th module where I talk all about product creation. You're going to come out of the program with at least 1 to 2 products ready to sell, because guess what? If you are not selling something, if you don't have a product or a service to sell, you're not really going to make money. You got to have something to sell. And so your solution, that is how you come up with a solution for people to really get a gist of how you operate, if that makes sense. And then number 6, the key essentials, number 6 is all about consistency. When you're starting your business, you got to be like your biggest fan. You got to show up like never before. I mean, there are going to be some days where you be like, look, I just want to lay in. I don't feel like doing this. But you got to be the one to be consistent. And the reason why it's so important for you to build, be consistent, you got to build the know, like, and trust factor up. People need to know that they can trust you, they have to like you, and they need to know you. So if you are showing up 1 day a week and then people don't see you for another 2 to 3 weeks, guess what? It's going to really put a damper on how fast your business grow and how much income you can generate. Because hear me when I say, you can have the best of the best idea, the best of the best product. They cute, they look glamorous, all of that. But if nobody know, like, and trust you, guess what? Ain't nobody taking out, and I say ain't, and I know that's grammatically incorrect, but nobody is taking out no wallet for you because they don't know, like, and trust you. So that is why it's very important for you to be consistent and to stay consistent, you guys. You cannot and you will not be successful as a business entrepreneur if you are not being consistent. And then number 7 key essential is all about time management skills. You got to know how to manage your skills in the entrepreneur world. You cannot be all over the place and expect to be productive. That's why, you guys, you always see me somewhere around. You see my notebook. I always have my to-do list. That keeps me productive. It keeps me on track with knowing things that I got to get done for the day. You need to be able to And this is something that I've started doing when I first get up in the morning. I try not to get on social media within the first hour. Sometimes I mess up. It's a work in progress. But I try not to get on social media for the first hour because I want to get my mind right. I want to have my prayer time, journaling time. And I know if I get on social media, I'm going to start getting into business mode. So I give myself that. And then too, the night before I go to bed, I make my to-do list of things that I know I need to get done on that particular day. And I have a free, well, it's not free. It's a mompreneur's roadmap. And I show you how I organize my day every day. And then too, what I've started doing is I set timers on my clock. Every hour I'm working on a project. And I give myself a break in between those hours. Because like last week, I'm not going to even lie, I did a 15-hour work all day, you know, because it was something that I need to get done in my business. And when I'm in that creative zone and I'm in that flow, I don't really want to stop. And I know that's not good, but I did take breaks here and there. But my main goal was to get things accomplished for that day. And I actually did. It took me 15 hours, but I got it done. So you got to be good with managing your time. And all this multitasking can be the death of you in business. It's good to multitask, but sometimes you got to just focus your attention on getting one project done at a time, because you're trying to do all these things. Like when I'm working on a project, I notice that I get very distracted when I see too many icons open. When I see too many browsers, windows open, I have to close down all of those browsers to help keep me on track, to help me keep myself functioning in the right productive order. Oh God. But yeah. And so then the next one is, the next key essential that you need is confidence. In this thing called business, entrepreneur, mompreneur, you got to come off the bat knowing that you are enough. You got to know, like, you know, I'm telling you guys, when I speak on this, I speak from experience. If you don't know who the heck you are, you're going to come in this game looking for validation from everybody. If people not liking your post, if people not talking back to you, if people not buying your products, you're going to internalize that and think it's something wrong with you. But when you're confident in knowing who you are and whose you are and the gifts and talents that you have to share with this world, you're not going to be so much focused on the little petty stuff. I'm telling you from experience, because that was me when I first started. If you didn't like my post, I thought something was wrong with me. If you didn't talk back to me, if you didn't buy my stuff, I felt depressed, because I was like, why am I not good enough? You know, I have gifts and talents and all of this good stuff, but what's going on? So you got to have that confidence. And I'm not saying be cocky. I'm not saying be arrogant. I'm saying know who you are on the inside. Because if you're waiting for somebody else to come along and tell you you're great, to tell you you're amazing, it's not going to happen. And if it does happen, it's going to be temporarily. And if you don't know within yourself on a regular basis who you are, baby girl, oh my God, who was that said that? It's somebody I watch on YouTube, and they always say baby girl. I can't think of it right now, but shout out to who you probably know who you are. I hear it all the time because I watch her videos all the time. But you got to know who you are. And here's the thing. On this thing called internet and all of this stuff, there are going to be trolls. There are going to be people that say some mean stuff, but you block them and keep moving. You can't let that stuff get on the inside of you and permanently destroy who you are as a person. 9 times out of 10, a lot of these people that are behind the computer and saying all these mean things and all, you're never going to meet them in person. You're never probably going to see them at all, but you can't let 1 or 2 people destroy what you're working so hard to build. You see what I'm saying? And so that's why it's so important, you guys, to build your confidence. Get in that word of God and see what he says about you. Know who you are in Christ, because your identity, it doesn't come from a degree you got. It doesn't come from a business you got. It doesn't come from who you're married to. Your identity comes from God and God alone. And I'm telling you, when I finally learned that, it made all the dang on difference in the world. Do you hear me? Because when you're not confident in who you are, you tend to look for validation in all the wrong places. And it happens just as well as in a romantic relationship, as well as it does in business world. If you are looking for somebody else to validate you, you are setting yourself up for failure. Hear me when I say that. And then the next key essential that you need to have a successful business is commitment. You need to be able to stay committed to your business even when you're not seeing the results. If you are not committed to the thing that you say you love, it's going to show out in everything that you do. When you're committed to something, you work at it, you keep doing your best, you give it your all. You may get tired, but you keep going. You stay committed to that thing because you got the end result in mind. I always tell my clients and people that I come across, work with the end goal in mind. Figure out what your end results are and then work backwards. So you got to stay committed to yourself. Even when you don't see the results right away, you got to have some SMART goals. And that's another thing we talk a lot about in the Savvy Moms University. You got to be able to set some SMART goals. Be realistic with where you are in your business. If you're just starting out, don't set no dang on goal talking about you're going to make $10,000 in the next 30 days. I mean, it can happen. But 9 times out of 10, it's not going to happen because your first year to 2 in business is you setting the groundwork. You got to know, like you know, that even if you don't see the results that you're looking for, you got to stay committed to that thing. Even after all the little hoopla and the excitement of you opening your business have passed away, just like the new year, everybody have all these, goals and New Year's resolutions and all of that. And then by now, it done died down. But when you're committed to that thing, you stay committed to it long after the excitement is over, long after the commitment is, the setting of the goal is over. You got to stay committed to that thing. And that's why it's so important to be surrounded by like-minded people, to be surrounded by a support team. Because again, when you are around the wrong type of people, it'll kill your dreams before they even get started. And that's why you need 1 or 2 business associates, somebody that you can brainstorm with, somebody that you can bounce your ideals off of, somebody that, and then keep this in mind too, choose your business partners very carefully, because sometimes you can choose people and on the surface they may be good for you, but when you start to peel back those layers, they're only there to get what they came to get. And some people hang around you because of who you're associated with. I learned this really early on, within the last 5 years or so. When you're associated with the popular gurus or whatever you want to call it, a lot of people want to be associated with you by who you're associated with. But mind you, if you stop being associated or connected with these people, guess what? That whole group that was trying to be close to you because of who you close to, they gonna leave right along with that ending of that partnership or that connection. I'm telling you guys what I know for truth to be true. Some people are not surrounded by you because they love you and they want to support you and want to see you grow. Some people only connect to you because of who you're associated with and what they can get from you. And I'm telling you from experience, when those connections end, that whole slew of people that was connected with that person, they gonna leave you high and dry. And so if you don't stay committed to yourself and what you believe to be true about you, you're going to be in for a very, very dreading roller coaster, mentally and physically, because it takes a toll on you, because you are associated with people based off of who you associate with. Like, I'll give you an example. If I'm just giving an example. This is nothing true, but say, for instance, you're connected to Tony Robinson and you've been to his events, you got pictures with him, and you doing all these great things in your business. You got the proof, because the proof is in the pudding. You got evidence of what you've done. People will start to flock to you because of who you're connected to. They're not necessarily wanting to be close to you, but they figure being connected to you is one step closer to being connected to that person, if that makes sense. So you want to be very crystal clear about who you're committing to, who you're allowing in your circle, your inner space, because again, everybody does not need to be in your close facility. Everybody does not need an up close front row seat to your business life or your personal life. And that's a whole other story. But you want to make sure at the end of the day, you are staying connected to yourself and connected to the right people. Because if you're connected to the wrong people, it will tear your business down, because you're your brand. It will tear your business down before it ever even gets started. And then the last and final one is, the last key essential that you need to have a successful business is a can-do attitude. You got to have that attitude like, I'm going to get this done no matter what. Like, bam, I got this. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep working at this thing until I get it. You can't have no attitude of a winner and quitting all the time. You can't keep quitting. And I know as a mompreneur, as a woman who's been in business over 10 years now, if I had that attitude of giving up early on, I wouldn't be here talking to you today. And though some of the things that I've learned along the way, I wish I had known them early, but you know what? I'm thankful that I finally got it. You don't have to be in competition with nobody else. You can admire people, but you don't have to be in competition with them. You can be the best version of yourself. You don't have to try to be like somebody else. What God has for you and I, it is for us, and nobody can take that away. So you got to be crystal clear on what you bring to the table, because what you bring to the table determines who sits at your table. And I keep saying these things, but it goes both for a romantic relationship and business-wise. What you bring to the table. That's why it's so important to know who you are and what goals and what dreams and what gifts and talents and things that you bring to the table. Because hear me when I say, God put a gift inside of you. He gave you a talent, but you got to dig deep or sit your little happy self down long enough to ask God, what is it that I'm supposed to do? Why am I here? When you start to answer those questions, everything else starts to follow behind it. And so I hope that you've enjoyed these 10 key essentials that you need to have a successful business. Remember, the Savvy Moms University is now open, you guys. There are plenty of payment plans there for you so that, you can get what you need, because everything that I've learned in my 10 years plus being in business, I shared with you in the Savvy Moms University. I want you guys to know that you are absolutely enough. Everything that you need, it's already on the inside of you. So listen, go to that mirror when you get off of this video and tell yourself, I am enough, and mean it when you say it. If you have not already subscribed to this channel, girl, I'm gonna need you to do better. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on the bell notification so that you will not miss an episode when I upload. I typically upload new videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you share this with your peeps. Make sure you share this with your sister friends. Somebody else out there may need this. So God bless, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.